What's up, Zaid family?
Welcome back to another vlog.
Yes, sir.
I really wanted to post this video on like deciding to buy or rent a house. Zaira wants to say hi.
Say hi.
I really
Say I love you. Love you.
Oh, so cute. You want to show them your outfit? Show them
Let's look at your outfit.
Show them
Zairu.
your top and your pants. Wow, look at Zaira's outfit. Wow, look at Zaira's outfit. I wanted to kind of do a video on like how we decided to buy or rent a house.
Yeah, so we had this discussion for a very long time. I guess a matter of, not a very long time, like 4 weeks maybe, right? 4 to 6 weeks. And we were deciding if we should just go rent or should we buy. And one of the reasons that we're debating this is because, you know, we're entrepreneurs, we're self-employed. So a lot of our energy and time is spent on our businesses. And it's been that goal for the last 3, 4, 5 years. And we've seen relatively, good success. And that's a lot has to do with you guys and you guys supporting us along the way. And so when these things kind of happen, they happen so quickly, like especially with my parents and moving and then also, you know, being out of the country, 6 months, like retired kind of life. So dynamics kind of quickly change for us. And, we looked at the numbers of renting because renting is pretty expensive. I didn't know it was going to be that expensive.
It was almost as much as just having like a mortgage.
Yeah, if you're going to get like a house or whatever, right? And so the numbers weren't making sense to rent because that rent money was sort of just being lost, right? And honestly, I was pretty adamant. I'm like, you know what, we'll just rent for a year or two and go from there because at the end of the day, like it's still a little bit cheaper than buying. But then when I ran the numbers with Sana, we're like, you know what, it doesn't make sense because at least you have your own property, the money's getting saved up and like all these things. So long story short, we decided to buy on a drop of a dime, like basically like that, and plans just quickly change. And then when we were doing this, there was like, so there's so many videos that we gotta post. Like there's a video of us like going to see places,
going to
right?
see houses.
And if you're confused, this video is like right now, like in the present. The videos that we're gonna post upcoming, like for example, what was it? The reaction videos to seeing the place, our family's reaction.
Those were all filmed beforehand.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this one that we're filming is like actually in the present. And we just wanted to kind of tell you guys like how we decided to buy or rent and like, you know, how that kind of process went. So yeah, that's basically why. Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
Figure out how to open it. Zaya? Baby? She's like literally slowly. I've been watching her. She's like opening it, and then she opens the whole mascara.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh no.
Parent life.
Oh no. This is a nice mascara. Look at this bougie ass bottle for mascara. Lancome.
Yeah, pretty nice.
So pretty. Anyways, back to the real topic. So in our case and scenario, buying made more sense. For some people, renting does make sense. Because, you know, if you're a newcomer here and you have to like start from scratch, it's gonna be rent for sure, right?
Yeah.
It's hard to like just buy right away.
No.
But yeah, so we went to buy, and then Osama's parents obviously helped us out with, you know, everything and like figuring out like if we're renting or buying and stuff like that. Even my parents were like, you know, you guys should like just buy instead of wasting money on rent. And they're like, it'll be your guys' first home, so it'll be fun and exciting. So we kind of started this journey with the blessing of both of our parents.
And they were more excited than us, I think, because we were like, go with work, Zaira, everything. And they were already planning, like, this is what we're going to do. And sleepovers, and we didn't even have a place at that point, right?
Yeah. So ever tell them the whole reason of why we decided to even, like, move out?
Oh. That, I think, so that video that we had recorded of us leaving.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if we spoke about that.
I don't think we really did. So, like, the reason we decided we had to get our own place was because Usama's parents, you know, they found a place a little farther away. Like Uncle said, it's in Brant region, so it's pretty far from our area where Usama works and then where most of my clients are. My clients are in, like, Mississauga, Brampton, Milton, Oakville, Scarborough. Like I go everywhere all down that way and not as much towards Hamilton. So it was getting a trip for me, and I knew like I had a lot of clients booked, so I was like, it's gonna be hard to travel back and forth.
Yeah, it's about an hour.
Until we got this house, I was doing that, like traveling back and forth. It was like really tough because it wasn't just 2 hours driving back and forth, but it was also another hour or two added wherever I'm going for my clients. So
and mind you, like I think it was a lot easier for me because my office is in downtown Toronto, so I have a set route, so I'll work through the way there. But for Sana, like it's all hours of the day, like it'll be 3 a.m. and it'll be new places that you're going to, and that's quite stressful too, right? And then sometimes your day is like few hours, like 3-4 hours driving, and that's just crazy, right?
So that's basically it. But then I mean, like when we bought it, like we always go in with the mindset that, you know, like this is not permanent. It things can change. Like we can change our mind, like, you know, or our parents can change their mind. Like Osama's parents can like decide to like come closer and move here, or even move in with us. We offered them that too, because we were like, you guys can just come here instead of being so far away.
I think we offered a couple of times, and they were like,
but you know, like they're comfortable in their own house, and like it's understandable. Like once you have like your own house and stuff, you become like comfortable in that. So it's hard to like move again, and that initial move was already so hard, like getting everything together one time. So and then we had to do the second move to move in here. So like I'm like no more moving anymore after
this. We moved 2 times in like how much, like in a matter of 3 months, basically.
Yeah, in a couple of
4 months. I don't know.
So it was hectic. It's pretty hectic.
Yeah, so basically what's gonna happen from here is we're gonna post videos that will be post dated. Like we filmed them probably prior to even knowing that we got the place. And that's because like we didn't know what was going on. So some of the content is like, you know, cuts and pieces and whatnot. And we'll post like a black screen saying like, hey, this was recorded prior to that, so you guys don't get confused.
So the next video is coming up will most likely be us looking for houses. So we did a little couple of videos in some of the places that we were looking at. And the funny thing is that same day that we went to look for houses, we found the house.
I ended up deciding, Sana ended up deciding that this is what we're gonna get, and I was like, okay. And
so you guys will see literally the first day we go to look for houses, we end up getting the house that we got that I liked.
mean, like me, I'm just like, you know, I'm just happy to
like,
be part of the process. If you like it, like me, I'm like
whatever you want.
I was able to run the numbers, and does it make sense for our family growth and all of that.
But in terms of like,
I didn't really want to fall into like, see, my thing was like, you know, the whole traditional route, right? It's like my journey and our journey has not been traditional in the sense of like, I went to university, this, that, but it's like, you know, there's always steps laid out. Go to university, get a job, get a house, you know, get married, get kids, get a house. Even though that's what really just happened to us, right? But I was like, hey, we have to be like different in our own ways and see what works for us.
Whatever works for us. Exactly. So,
and it ended up being kind of like a little bit traditional, which is like funny. So I was kind of opposed to the whole thing because, you know, there's also a mindset of being locked down in a place, and you can be a lot more flexible. And especially in the Desi community, it's like keep going bigger, and just because you want to, you know, prove something to society, and then like it shouldn't really be like that, right? It shouldn't be like that at all. I feel like that's just a hole that's gonna drag you down. And so, but anyways, long story short, Sana convinced me, and I was like, all right, whatever, let's do it. And then, you know, I'm not like really picky with like
honestly
places.
After that, I told Usama this too. Allah like made it happen. Allah played a huge role in like everything, and like how we found the house, we got the house that we liked initially. Like, you know, it's not everything goes according to how you plan it, but everything went according to how we planned it. And I literally say it was Allah who was helping us through the whole thing. So it was amazing. And some of the people were saying, like in the last video comments, you know, like, how can you guys leave? Your parents are so old. This is the time when you're supposed to spend with them. You know, this is the time when they need you the most and stuff. And so yeah, we actually
makeup. Thank you.
she comes and gives you another mascara. There's 3 in there, by the way. So thank you.
Thank you.
I know my bubba.
Thank you.
Mascara.
Yeah, and those comments I were talking about how you can leave right now, it's not that time. My parents are relatively healthy. I know they talk about their health and whatnot, but they're happy in their world, and they're doing well, and it's not the time that they need us the most, and at the end of the day, like, as a family, we've decided together what's going to happen. Nothing's ever set in stone, so everyone's happy, and we've always had that mentality, living together. Not moving out. Like, it was, it's just it's how we choose to live our life, right? And it's going well, and we'll see what happens in the future.
Exactly. And I mean, if they ever did really need us, or there was a health issue, I mean, Usama knows for a fact, we're gonna just tell them, we have to have to figure something out where you guys will have to be with us, basically.
Literally. And we had a good dynamic, and so that dynamic will continue, and we'll see where life takes us.
At this point, we're just thinking of this is another house. We just added another house to the family, so we'll have that house. We'll go sleep over there a couple of days. Then try to get them to sleep over here as well, because they're not aunties that used to sleeping outside, her bed in her room and stuff.
That's true too.
So
except for Laiba's once in a while.
Yeah, exactly. So it's we have 3 houses. We have so many houses.
Cool.
We have Laiba's house, we have our house, we have auntie and uncle's
house. It's
house.
nice to see progress within a family, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sure and I hope
amazing.
that you guys get to see the same thing, or are doing the same thing, enjoying and growing and prospering with your family and close friends, because that's all that really matters.
And I personally choose not to judge other people for their decisions. It's easy to be the outsider and point and be like, oh, you should have done this, you should have done that, this is wrong, this is right. But you don't know what is happening inside, and honestly, at some point in your life it might happen to you, and the same thing you might choose to decide. So it's best not to judge people on their decisions, and just to let them live. And our society, our culture, and our people tend to usually make judgments on families, couples, girls, who everything in our society,
clothing,
and I feel we should
religion.
be a little less judgmental and more supportive of our people, and say yay, good for you, amazing, clap and be happy for other people, instead of always being so oh, but you could have done it this way. That's one of the biggest issues I find in our culture.
Don't bring each other down, pull each other up.
Exactly.
Right, as a community, as people, as humans, and trust me, it will bring prosperity to your life, and whatever desires you have will meet.
And surround your people. If you have people around you who always bring you down, and that really affects you, then
get rid of them.
Get rid of that circle. Surround yourself with people who trust you, support you, no matter what you decide for yourself, because they know that you will make the best decision for yourself. And so I have a lot of people who tell me oh, what is society gonna say if I do this? What are they gonna say if I do that? But then I know that's what's best for them, and that's why they've chosen that path. So it sucks, sometimes, but you gotta do what you gotta do, right? So
I'm very distracted right now. I can't with this. I can't. Zaira, stop it.
I keep looking there, seeing her, really enjoying.
Bro, I have her egg on boil, so...
Usama, let's go.
Yeah, it's been
Okay, let's go.
Anyways,
we'll see you guys in our next vlog.
Yeah.
Bye-bye for now.
Peace out.